I found myself living the life of Liam Sterling, son of the richest man in New York. By a cruel twist of fate, my birthday was the same day as his, some new intern at my fiancé's company. And Chloe, my fiancée, ditched my party to celebrate with the intern at a beach house in the Hamptons. Liam, you have so many people to celebrate with, she told me. Ethan only has me. What's the big deal? The next day, I bankrupted her family. Her father dragged them both back, forcing them to kneel in front of me, begging for forgiveness. I had my security toss her a baseball bat. Whether or not I spare the Sullivans is up to you. I woke up as a pathetic doormat. Liam Sterling, heir to the Sterling fortune. On my first day in this new life, it was my birthday. The private lounge was packed with the heirs and heiresses of New York's elite. The only person missing was my fiancée. In the sprawling VIP suite, every eye was on me. I lounged on the velvet couch, swirling a glass of Cabernet, my expression unreadable. My best friend, Greg, clinked his glass against mine. He checked his Rolex, his brow furrowed. Liam, it's your birthday? Where the hell is Chloe? What's her deal? Just then, a collective gasp rippled through the crowd. Everyone was looking at their phones. Then they looked at me. Their expressions were a sick cocktail of pity, scorn, and pure schadenfreude. Greg's face was a thundercloud as he shoved his phone in my face. It was Chloe's latest Instagram story. On the deck of a Hamptons beach house. She was on one knee, personally fastening a Patek Philippe onto the intern's wrist. They were gazing into each other's eyes. Next to them sat a massive, multi-tiered cake. The caption read, "To the best guy who deserves the best views and the best gifts. Happy birthday. May my Ethan always be this happy." Son of a bitch, Greg seethed, looking even more pissed off than I was. That too timing. I'm calling her right now. It took several tries before she picked up. The sound of wind and crashing waves came through the speaker. Chloe, what the hell is going on with you? And that in turn. Greg demanded, his voice tight with rage. On the other end, Chloe sounded annoyed. Greg, are you interrogating me? Greg fought to keep his cool. You've been with Liam for years. Don't tell me you forgot today was his birthday. A noticeable pause from her end. I gestured to Greg. He immediately handed me the phone. My voice was ice. Where are you? Chloe recognized my voice, and for a second, she sounded flustered. Liam, honey, I'm still on that business trip. I can't make it back in time. I'll make it up to you, I promise. Right? I drawled, cutting her off without a second thought. Your business trip is a romantic getaway to the Hamptons to celebrate your intern's birthday? What getaway? Don't make it sound so ugly. Chloe's voice rose, sharp with indignation. I told you, I think of Ethan like a little brother. He's new to the company. He's been so stressed, so I'm helping him celebrate. What's wrong with that? Then a soft, wounded voice piped up in the background. Chloe, is Mr. Sterling upset that you're with me? I knew this was a bad idea. You should go back. I can celebrate by myself, really. Don't worry about me. Chloe immediately went into comfort mode. Of course I'm not leaving you here alone, Ethan. If Liam had a tenth of your thoughtfulness and kindness, maybe he wouldn't be so exhausting. Then, her voice turned cold as she spoke back into the phone. Liam, can you stop being so dramatic? It's just a birthday. You have a whole room full of people with you. Ethan only has me. What's the big deal? You're the CEO of Sterling Corp, for God's sake. Are you really this insecure? Picking a fight over an intern? Get a grip. Of course. The old Liam's spinelessness had let her get this bold. I let out a cold laugh. Chloe, have you forgotten who put Sullivan Industries on the map? I gave you an inch, and you took a damn mile. Don't blame me for what happens next. I hung up, my face a grim mask. I had just been dropped into this world, the plot of the novel still a blur in my head. I quickly pieced it together. In the book, Liam Sterling was nothing but a tool, a stepping stone for the main character's love story and careers. He and Chloe Sullivan were childhood friends. He'd do anything for her. After they graduated from college, the Sullivans had proposed an engagement. The Sterling family looked down on the Sullivans, but seeing the desperate plea in their son's eyes, the old man had relented. From that moment, Sullivan Industries soared. The original Liam used every resource at his disposal to build them up, transforming them from a small-time firm on the brink of bankruptcy into a rising star in the corporate world. But everything changed when the male lead, Ethan, a scholarship kid the Sullivans had sponsored, started interning at their company. Chloe began to orbit around him, using Liam's black card to buy him designer suits and $1,000 watches. When she found out Liam and Ethan shared a birthday, she didn't hesitate to ditch Liam to celebrate with the intern. When Liam was in the hospital with a 102-degree fever, she was at a nightclub doing tequila shots with Ethan, their arms linked. A video of it went viral with the headline, "Sullivan airs parties all night with Mystery Man." Even after all that, the original Liam was still pathetically in love with her. He forgave her time and time again, convinced she'd settle down once they were married. After they did get married, Liam doubled down on spoiling her. Her response? She orchestrated a car crash that killed Liam's parents instantly. Then, she and Ethan tortured Liam to death. I could still see the scene in my mind. Chloe, grinding her stiletto heel into the back of his hand, her eyes filled with venom. Liam, if you hadn't used your power to force me to marry you, I would have been with Ethan ages ago. A monster like you deserves to rot in hell. Ethan had knelt beside him, laughing. You thought she really loved you? She loved your money. We arranged your parents' little accident. Now Sterling Corp and Sullivan Industries are all ours. You poor, pathetic bastard. After Liam died, the two lovers got their happy ending. But then, unbelievably, the original Liam was reborn. He didn't get revenge. He just looked at Chloe and said, "Chloe, I don't love you anymore." Reading that part, I had screamed at the screen. What kind of garbage writing is this? The next thing I knew, I was here. Snapping back to the present, I pulled out my phone and called my assistant. He picked up on the first ring. My voice was devoid of all emotion. "Keith, as of tomorrow morning, I want you to cancel all contracts with Sullivan Industries. Short their stock. I want you to find every dirty secret, every instance of regulatory noncompliance in our years of business with them." Yes, Mr. Sterling. They really thought I was that same weak fool. If I was going to be stuck here, I was going to enjoy the game. The moment I hung up, the atmosphere in the suite froze. Those looks of pity and scorn were replaced by wide-eyed disbelief. Everyone knew how pathetically devoted I was to Chloe. They'd seen me take her public scoldings with a bowed head. But the man who just made that phone call, cold, decisive, ruthless, bore no resemblance to the doormat they knew. Greg, his wine glass hovering midair, stared at me. He'd known me for over a decade, but it was like he was seeing me for the first time. I tossed my phone to him. "Forget her. Let's party. She wanted to play with fire, so I'm going to burn her whole damn house down." Greg knew that 70% of Sullivan Industries' business came from Sterling Corp. Without us, they were finished in New York. A family that only had power because we allowed it, and they had the audacity to publicly humiliate the Sterlings. If the Sullivans went bankrupt, it was their own damn fault. Greg had always worried I was too wrapped up in Chloe, that she'd walk all over me after the wedding. Seeing my sudden transformation, he looked happier than I was. "Damn right," he said, raising his glass. "It's about time you put her in her place. All right, everyone, to Liam. Let's get this party started." The suite erupted in cheers. After I hung up on her, a wave of panic washed over Chloe. Her best friend, Lucy, noticed. "Chloe, what did Liam say?" Chloe's expression was grim. He sounded really mad. His tone was completely different. Lucy scoffed. "So what? You're celebrating a friend's birthday. What's he got to be so angry about? Besides, you're not even married yet. If he's this controlling now, imagine what he'll be like later. I'm telling you, you can't let men get away with this stuff. This is the perfect chance to teach him a lesson." Hearing this, Chloe felt a fresh surge of indignation. Liam was just overreacting. "You're right, Lucy. He's always been so good to me. This is just a temper tantrum. When I get back, if he doesn't apologize properly, I'm not letting him off the hook so easily." Ethan immediately put on a mask of self-blame. "I'm so sorry, Chloe. It's all my fault. I didn't know today was Mr. Sterling's birthday, too." Tears started to well up in his eyes. "I know you're always so busy, and I just wanted to give you a chance to relax for my birthday. I never meant to make him angry. It's all my fault. I'll go apologize to him when we get back. He can yell at me. He can hit me. I won't fight back. I just don't want to ruin your relationship." Seeing his tears, Chloe's heart melted. She rushed to wipe them away. "Ethan, you're too kind. This has nothing to do with you. I've celebrated so many birthdays with him. What more does he want? It's Liam who's being petty. When we get back, I'll make him apologize to you." Ethan lowered his head, his eyes red, but a triumphant smirk played on his lips. He leaned into her embrace, his voice choked with emotion. "You're so good to me, Chloe. Unlike me, I've had such a hard life, with no one to care for me. You're the only one who's ever treated me like family." That hit Chloe right in her soft spot. She didn't push him away, instead stroking his back, her eyes full of pity. "You have me now. I'll always take care of you. If anyone ever tries to bully you, I won't let them get away with it. From now on, I'll celebrate every birthday with you." The next morning, Robert Sullivan had just arrived at his office when his secretary burst in, her face pale with panic. "Mr. Sullivan, it's bad. The investors have been calling all morning. They're all pulling out." "What?" Robert's eyes bulged. The secretary's face was grim. "It's not just one, sir. It's all of them. And our suppliers. They're all unilaterally canceling our contracts. The bank just called, too. They said our credit rating has been downgraded and our loans are frozen. They're demanding immediate repayment of all outstanding debts, or they'll sue." Robert grabbed her arm, his knuckles turning white. "What did you say? Say it again." The secretary flinched. "All our partners. They're gone. The loans. They're gone. That's impossible." Robert couldn't believe it. Many of his projects were halfway to completion. If all the investors and suppliers pulled out and the banks called in their loans, Sullivan Industries would face an unprecedented crisis. One wrong move, and the entire Sullivan empire would crumble. All those people had partnered with them because of the Sterlings. The New York business world was Liam's kingdom. Were they not afraid of offending the Sterlings by doing this? Just then, another assistant rushed in, his voice trembling. "Sir, the foreman from the downtown site just called. All of our construction sites are being shut down by city inspectors. They're citing multiple safety violations." Crash! Robert, in a blind rage, swept a priceless crystal sculpture off his desk. It shattered on the marble floor, the sound echoing through the silent office. The two assistants jumped. His forehead veins bulged. "Something's wrong. This is very wrong. Who would dare to make a move on my family? Do they have a death wish?" As long as the Sterlings hadn't abandoned them, there was still a chance. Calming himself slightly, he shakily pulled out his phone and called me. I sat in my office on the top floor of the Sterling Tower, coldly watching my phone buzz. The caller ID read Robert Sullivan. On my desk was a thick file on him. Financial fraud, tax evasion, shell corporations. The Sullivans, with my family's backing, had truly become lawless. This evidence alone would put him away for the rest of his life. I let it ring a fifth time before I leisurely answered. Robert's voice on the other end was practically a sob. "Liam, you finally answered. I got a call this morning. All of our investors and partners have pulled out. Do you know what's going on?" My tone was glacial. "Oh, is that so? They work fast." A rock dropped in Robert's stomach. "Liam, what does that mean?" "It means Sterling Corp. is terminating all business with Sullivan Industries. The public announcement will be out shortly." On the other end of the line, it was as if a lightning bolt had struck Robert Sullivan. He froze. If losing his other partners was a headache, losing Sterling Corp was a death sentence. Before he could even ask why, I hung up. Robert stood there, still holding the phone to his ear. The dial tone buzzed like a hammer, pounding on his skull, leaving his mind a complete blank. "Sterling Corp. is canceling our contracts?" he mumbled, his face draining of color, turning to a deathly gray. His legs gave out, and he collapsed into his chair. The two assistants stood frozen, not daring to breathe. Impossible. Impossible. Liam loves Chloe so much. He would never cancel the contracts. Robert muttered to himself. Then a horrible realization dawned on him. The entire foundation of their partnership was the relationship between Liam and his daughter. If the deal was off, the relationship was off. He immediately had his assistant investigate. When a reason came back, he was stunned. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. "What do you mean? Chloe skipped Liam's birthday to celebrate with some intern at the beach, and she posted it all over Instagram." "Yes, Mr. Sullivan. Many people were at the party last night. They personally heard Mr. Sterling give the order, not only to cancel all contracts, but to launch a full investigation into our business dealings for any irregularities." Robert felt a surge of rage so intense it made his vision swim. He leaped up from his chair and hurled a stack of documents at the floor. "That damn girl! That ungrateful brat!" he roared, his body shaking, his voice hoarse with fury. "What did I do to deserve such a brainless child? Do you know who Liam Sterling is?" She publicly slapped the entire Sterling family in the face. Is she trying to get us all killed? The two assistants cowered, their heads bowed. They had never seen him this angry. Robert took a deep breath and quickly dialed Chloe's number. She answered quickly. Chloe, you stupid girl. Do you have any idea what you've done? Get your ass back here right now, he screamed into the phone. But Chloe sounded completely unfazed. Dad, why are you so angry? Did Liam run crying to you? Ethan's birthday, nobody was with him, so I took him out to cheer him up. What's wrong with that? Why are you overreacting? Sullivan Industries had reached its current heights largely because of her engagement to me. Her status in the family had risen accordingly, and even her father had to treat her with kid gloves. She had long since stopped taking him seriously. Robert felt like his lungs would burst. Do you have any idea that because of your little tantrum, the Sterlings have canceled all our contracts? Are you trying to destroy this family? Chloe just laughed. Oh, please. Liam has been obsessed with me since we were kids. He's my lapdog. This is just his way of trying to get me to back down. It's so childish. I'll smooth things over when I get back. You really think he'd dare to move against my company? Robert couldn't believe his ears. Investors were gone. Partners were gone. They were on fire, and she still thought this was a joke? The next sound from the phone made Robert's stomach turn. It was a man's voice, cooing in a sickly, sweet, manipulative tone. Chloe, let's not talk on the phone anymore. This tuna sashimi is amazing. You have to try it. Here, let me feed you. You're so sweet, Ethan. Robert's roar echoed through the office again. Chloe, are you trying to kill me? Will you only be happy when you see this family ruined and me in jail? His yelling finally got to her. The family wouldn't be where it was without her. Her own temper flared. Dad, would you stop being so dramatic? I told you, Liam is just throwing a fit. Look at you, panicking. Do you still look like the CEO of Sullivan Industries? Now stop calling me. I'm trying to have dinner with Ethan. You're ruining the mood. And with that, she hung up. No matter how many times Robert called back, she didn't answer. His vision went black, and he nearly collapsed. How could he have raised such a complete and utter moron? The alliance with the Sterlings was a done deal. And at the most critical moment, she let it all get derailed by some scholarship kid they used to sponsor. Even if she liked this Ethan kid, couldn't she be discreet about it? She had to flaunt it on social media. The Sterlings weren't just the richest family in New York. They were one of the top 3 wealthiest families in the country. Did she think they were all idiots? Robert smashed his phone to pieces and gasped for air. He paced his office like a caged animal. Then he stopped, a ruthless glint in his eye. Sent a team to the Hamptons. Now, I want those 2 fools bound and dragged back here. Immediately. The beach house wasn't far. They could be back by the afternoon. He had to appease Liam, no matter the cost. Otherwise, the Sullivans were finished. All of Sullivan Industries' projects were at a standstill. Robert had old friends, connections he'd built over the years. He started making calls. But one by one, they either didn't pick up or they answered, mumbled an excuse, and quickly hung up. For the first time, he was feeling the true, terrifying weight of the Sterling family's power. And it filled him with despair. I was looking through Ethan's file when my assistant, Keith, knocked and entered, a troubled look on his face. Mr. Sterling, the director of the retreat, just called. Ethan's mother has been verbally abusing the staff. On top of that, several valuable items have gone missing from other residents' rooms recently. Security footage strongly suggests she's the one who took them. Because Miss Sullivan arranged for her stay, they didn't dare act without authorization. They're calling for instructions. I paused, remembering a similar plot point from the novel. The Serenity Pines Retreat, a Sterling Court property, was a private luxury wellness facility nestled in a park in the heart of the city. It was the best in the state, if not the country, a haven for the rich and powerful and their families. Retired politicians and judges were frequent guests. Chloe had put Ethan's mother there. The original Liam wouldn't have dared object. But I wasn't him. I don't coddle trash. I closed the file and stood up. Let's go, Keith. We're paying the retreat a visit. Yes, sir. As we approached the door to his mother's suite, we could hear her screeching from inside. I'm telling you, your boss's fiancée personally put me in here. You all look down your noses at me, but I'll have Mr. Sterling fire every last one of you. Get out. All of you get out. A group of young nurses came running out, their faces red and tear-streaked, clutching their cheeks. Ethan's mother was lying on the bed, which was surrounded by a mess of sunflower seed shells and banana peels. Her legs were crossed as she talked on her phone. Son, have you sealed the deal with Chloe yet? The staff here are all useless snobs. You need to tell Chloe to sign this place over to you. Then we'll see who dares to disrespect me. Ethan's voice came from the phone. Don't worry, Mom. Just give me a little more time. I've almost got her. Liam Sterling is a total pushover. Once they're married, I'll find a way to make sure he has a little accident. Then it won't just be this retreat. The entire Sterling Corporation will be ours. I stood in the doorway, a smirk playing on my lips as I listened to their arrogant plotting. Keith and the retreat director stood beside me, their faces pale with rage. Ethan's mother cackled. Oh, and son, I managed to get my hands on a jade bracelet a few days ago. The quality is incredible. It looks very valuable. I'll give it to you when you get back. You can use it to win Chloe over. She'll love it. Mom, be careful. Don't get caught. Those people are not to be messed with. Once we have the Sterling fortune, we can have anything we want. All right. You know you can trust me, she said dismissively. Besides, even if I get caught, Chloe will bail me out. She wouldn't let anything happen to me, would she? Her throat was dry from talking. She yelled toward the door. Someone, where are those useless nurses? Give me a glass of water. Are you trying to let me die of thirst? I let out a cold chuckle and gestured for the director to open the door. When she saw us, she froze for a second. Who are you? Get out. Who let you in? Who am I? I walked to her bedside and looked down at her. I'm the owner of this retreat. My name is Liam Sterling. The color drained from her face, but her arrogance quickly returned. Oh, so you're the weak. I'm telling you, your fiancée, Chloe Sullivan, put me here. You'd better show me some respect. Respect. I turned to the retreat director. Director, I want a full report of her behavior here. Assaulting staff, theft of property, everything. Compile the evidence and call the police. Yes, Mr. Sterling. The director immediately took out his phone. The woman's face went white with panic. She shot up in bed. You can't do that. Do you want me to have Chloe break off the engagement right now? I didn't waste another word on her. Security guards rushed in. The director ordered, restrain her. The police are on their way. Don't let her dispose of the stolen goods. The nurses who had been slapped a moment ago saw their chance, their eyes lighting up as they rushed in to help. The woman trembled with rage, screaming obscenities. What are you doing? Don't touch my things. I'm not a thief. These are my personal belongings, you bastards. Put them down. When Chloe gets back, I'll make you all pay. The police arrived quickly. When the director had called, he'd emphasized that the stolen jewelry was worth millions, so the department took it very seriously. No one paid any attention to her screaming and thrashing. The police quickly found an imperial green jade bracelet in her bag. It matched the description of a piece that had been reported stolen just days before. Every detail lined up. It was an open-and-shut case. I glanced at her phone. She was still on the line with Ethan. On the other end, he was yelling in impotent fury. Mom, just wait. I'm going to find Chloe right now. I'll have her get you out. Liam Sterling, you bastard. You touch my mom, and I'll kill you. Huh. After I'm done with your mother, you're next. The search also turned up a diamond necklace and an emerald ring. As soon as the items were brought out, women from the crowd of onlookers stepped forward to claim them. That necklace is mine. I've been looking for it for days. So this old hag stole it. And the ring is mine. Damn thief. The residents of the Serenity Pines retreat were not ordinary people. The total value of the stolen items easily exceeded $10 million. She was going to be locked up for a very long time. Ethan's mother collapsed to the floor. No, it wasn't stealing. I just thought they were pretty, so I borrowed them a look at. I'll give them back right now. Her tone shifted to desperate pleading. Liam, Mr. Sterling, I was wrong. Please, for Chloe's sake, help me. Then back to rage. Damn you. Liam Sterling, you bastard. When my son and Chloe get here, they'll make you pay. With the evidence and witnesses, the police weren't interested in her excuses. They took her away on the spot. I had the retreat issue Supreme Gold cards to the victims of the theft, good for 5 years of complimentary services. The staff members who had been abused each received a hefty bonus as compensation. Walking out of the retreat, I checked my phone, dozens of missed calls from Chloe, and a stream of angry texts. Liam, how long are you going to keep this up? Get Ethan's mom out of there right now. It's a small thing, Why are you making such a big deal out of it? I celebrate one birthday with Ethan, and you pull all this crap. Can't you be a little more mature? I'm telling you, when I get back, you're going to get on your knees and apologize to Ethan, or I will never forgive you. A cold smile touched my lips as I typed back a single reply. Good. Please don't. Back at the beach house, Chloe stared at my reply, her knuckles white as she gripped her phone. She was about to explode. Fine, Liam Sterling. Just you wait until I get back. She took Ethan's hand, her voice soft and reassuring. Ethan, don't worry. As long as I'm here, your mom will be fine. I promise you, I will make this right. Ethan's eyes were red, tears streaming down his face. It's all my fault. If I hadn't asked you to celebrate with me, none of this would have happened. Chloe, you're all I have. Chloe's heart ached for him. She pulled him into an embrace, her hatred for me deepening. Lucy just rolled her eyes. Chloe, I told you, you're too good to Liam. That's why he's gotten so arrogant. This time, you absolutely cannot forgive him easily. I know, Lucy. Get your things. We're going back to New York right now to deal with him. Just then, the doorbell rang. Chloe and Lucy exchanged a look. This was an isolated villa. They only came here for occasional getaways. Who could have possibly found them here? Chloe opened the door to find her family's head butler and 5 large security guards standing on the porch. The butler's expression was grim. Miss Sullivan, your father has ordered me to bring you back today, no matter what. Please come with me. Chloe was already planning on going back, so she didn't argue, though her brow furrowed in irritation. The 3 of them were escorted into a black SUV like prisoners. As they drove into the city, the butler made a call to Robert Sullivan. Yes, sir. Understood. He hung up and turned to Chloe. Miss, your father said to take you directly to the Sterling estate. Chloe was already planning on confronting me, so she had no objection. Her expression only grew darker. Fine. I understand. The Sterling family home, Greystone Manor, was the largest private estate in New York. Robert Sullivan had arrived ahead of him. Vehicles weren't permitted past the main gate, so he had to park outside. He stood at the massive wrought iron gates, peering inside. He soon spotted the security patrol. Robert pressed the intercom button. Kane, it's Robert Sullivan. Open the gate. The guards knew the Sullivans well, but today their eyes held a new glint of contempt. The head of security, Kane, was one of my most trusted men. He had his orders. Don't care who you are. Kane's voice crackled through the speaker. Got an appointment? Robert was stunned. In the past, these men had always been respectful. He had never been treated with such disdain. Guess you don't. Then you'd better leave. Mr. Sterling is a busy man. He doesn't have time for every stray dog that shows up at his door. With that, Kane turned to walk away. Robert panicked. Kane, look again. It's me, Robert Sullivan. I come here all the time. I've never needed an appointment. Kane laughed. You said it yourself. That was before. The young master's orders. No appointment, no entry. Robert, despite his usual composure, felt a flush of anger. But he was in no position to argue. Just then, Chloe and the others arrived. She had heard the entire exchange. She stormed over, furious. Kane, how dare you speak to my father like that? Who do you think you are? Kane turned slowly, his eyes sweeping over Chloe's stormy face. A sneer touched his lips. Miss Sullivan, isn't it? The whole city knows your family is finished. You really think you can still strut around Greystone Manor like you own the place? Chloe trembled with rage, pointing a finger at his nose. What are you? You're nothing but a dog on the Sterling payroll. How dare you speak to me like that? Have you forgotten how Liam listens to everything I say? Either you let me in right now, or I'll have Liam break both your legs. Seeing her unhinged arrogance, Kane felt a moment of uncertainty. Was I really going to destroy the Sullivans, or was this all just a scare tactic? If it was the latter, and she did end up marrying me, he would be in for a world of trouble. He decided it was best to check. After a brief call, Kane spoke again, his voice cold. Mr. Sterling said only Robert and Chloe Sullivan and Ethan are permitted to enter. Everyone else waits outside. As they walked through the manicured grounds, Robert frantically explained the full extent of Sullivan Industries' impending collapse. He was out of options. His only hope was his daughter. Chloe grew more furious with every word. Her hands were clenched into tight fists. Liam had always been her devoted follower, her lapdog. How dare he? As they approached the main house, she saw me, sitting leisurely on the grand portico, sipping wine. She charged at me, her heels clacking angrily on the flagstones. Liam Sterling, you have a nerve to sit here and drink? Do you know Ethan's mother is in jail because of you and what you've done to my family's company? What the hell do you want? She was pointing in my face, her own face contorted with rage, spittle flying from her lips. I stood up and slapped her across the face. Who the hell do you think you are, talking to me like that? The crisp sound of the slap echoed in the sudden silence. Everyone froze. Chloe's head snapped to the side, a red handprint blooming on her cheek. She was stunned. She touched her face, looking at me in utter disbelief. You hit me? Her eyes were wide, her voice cracking. Liam, you actually hit me? In her world, I was the spineless fool who would do anything for her. I had never even raised my voice to her, let alone laid a hand on her. But the man standing before her now was a stranger. In my eyes, there was none of the old pleading or carefulness, only cold, hard indifference. It filled her with a sudden, terrifying dread. Robert rushed forward to protect her, but my guards blocked his path. Liam, that's enough, he yelled. No matter what, Chloe is still your fiancée. You can't hit her. Ethan snapped out of his shock and ran to Chloe's side, wrapping an arm around her waist and glaring at me. You're a barbarian, Sterling. Even if Chloe was wrong, that doesn't give you the right to hit her. Chloe's face was a mask of fury. Liam, I'm truly angry this time. You get on your knees and apologize right now, or I will never, ever forgive you. I had to laugh. Even now, she didn't get it. What a cliche. Kane, I said calmly, since Miss Sullivan is so fond of making people kneel, why don't you oblige them? 100 slaps each. Maybe that will knock some sense into them. Kane's face lit up. He'd been waiting for this. He gave a nod to the dozen guards behind him, who instantly moved to restrain the three of them. Liam, you wouldn't dare. Chloe shrieked, struggling uselessly against the guard's iron grip. Robert panicked. Liam, what are you doing? I'm your Uncle Robert. Ethan was pinned to the cold stone floor, his pretty face contorted in fear. Chloe, save me. Kane didn't waste time. He personally delivered the first slap, a loud crack that echoed across the portico. Ethan's face swelled instantly, a trickle of blood seeping from the corner of his mouth. That was the signal. The other guards began. The air filled with the sharp, rhythmic sound of slapping. Chloe was in shock. She couldn't understand how this had happened. All she did was celebrate a birthday with Ethan. How had it come to this? Fear, cold and venomous, coiled in her heart. She finally believed it. I was really going to destroy her family. The stinging pain on her face finally broke her. She started to sob. Liam, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone with someone else on your birthday. Please stop. I'm begging you, don't hit us anymore. I know I was wrong. I remained unmoved, calmly sipping my wine. After 100 slaps, all three of them were swollen and unrecognizable. Chloe finally understood. She crawled over to me, grabbing at the cuff of my pants, her face a mask of pleading. Liam, I was wrong. I was so wrong. Please spare my family. I'll do whatever you say. I swear, there's nothing between me and Ethan. Please, don't be angry. Remembering the fate of the Sterlings in the novel, I felt nothing but contempt. I kicked her away and threw the thick dossier from the table at her head. Chloe, take a good look. That's all the evidence of your father's financial fraud, tax evasion, and corporate malfeasance. If I hand this over, he'll spend the rest of his life in prison. I had Kane toss the baseball bat in front of her. You want me to let you go? Fine. You just have to make me happy. Chloe's eyes landed on the bat, and her pupils constricted. She started to tremble uncontrollably. Ethan, lying on the ground, whimpered, Chloe, don't listen to him. He just wants to torture us. We don't have to beg. There has to be another way. Robert Sullivan looked at his daughter's conflicted face, and the disappointment in his heart grew. He gritted his teeth and roared, Chloe, what are you waiting for? Am I, your father, and the entire Sullivan family less important than that pretty boy? Are you just going to watch me get arrested and our family go bankrupt? Chloe's head was bowed, her expression hidden. After a long moment, she seemed to make a decision. When she looked at Ethan again, all the warmth was gone, replaced by pure, unadulterated venom. It was all his fault. If it weren't for him, she would be Mrs. Liam Sterling. Her family would be safe. Seeing the look in her eyes, Ethan was terrified. He writhed on the ground, screaming, "Chloe, you can't. We're in love, remember? You said you would always protect me, always cherish me." "Shut your mouth," Chloe shrieked, leaping to her feet like a cornered animal. She swung the baseball bat with all her might, bringing it down hard on Ethan's leg. Crack! Agag! The sound of shattering bone and a pig-like squeal filled the air. Ethan's face twisted in agony as he writhed on the ground, a wave of regret washing over him. He hadn't even won Chloe over, and now his mother was in jail and he was crippled. He didn't understand. In this world, their world, love was a fantasy. Only power was real. And Chloe loved herself more than anything. Seeing my impassive face, Chloe gritted her teeth and broke his other leg. Agag! Then she brought the bat down between his legs. A foul, coppery smell filled the air, nearly making me gag. Ethan passed out. Chloe dropped the bat and scrambled back to her knees, a fawning smile on her swollen face. "Liam, see? I only love you. I really know I was wrong. Please, just give me one more chance." I poured the rest of the wine from my bottle over her head. My voice was frigid. "Chloe, you were complicit in the corporate fraud. And your little performance, just now? It's all on camera. I wonder how many years you'll both get when I hand this over to the police." The dark red wine dripped through her hair, making her look like she was covered in blood. She froze, the ingratiating smile on her face solidifying into a mask of pure terror. No, Liam, I'm sorry, you can't do this to me. Go to Africa, go see the savannah, and don't ever come back. You know what will happen if you do. Kane, arrange a one-way trip for our 3 guests. See to it personally." "Yes, sir." "No, I won't go. Liam, you can't do this to me." She lunged at me like a madwoman, trying to grab my leg, but Kane kicked her away. She landed in a heap on the ground. The 3 of them were dragged away by the guards. "No, Liam, I'm your fiancé. You said you would always love me. Liam, you bastard. How could you do this to me? I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again." They were hauled off like sacks of garbage. I turned to my assistant. "Lucy played a nasty role in all this. Take care of her family. You know what to do." A flicker of malice crossed Keith's eyes. "Consider it done, Mr. Sterling." I went back inside the manor. With the original Liam's parents living abroad, the whole estate felt empty. What was even more unbearable was that the pathetic original, in an attempt to please Chloe, had replaced every single servant in the manor with a man. I immediately summoned the head butler and gave him an earful. "I want a new staff. Tea masters, stylists, gardeners, chefs, a personal doctor, masseuses, cleaners, the works. I have only one requirement. They all have to be beautiful women who can dance. Do you expect me to live my life surrounded by a bunch of sweaty men?" The butler gave me a knowing, sleazy grin. "Young master, I understand completely. I will ensure your satisfaction." He leaned in conspiratorially. "A 30-60, for example. Would that meet the requirements, sir?" And